Hello fellas, you are watching The Scientist. Some truths about the universe and our experience in it seem immutable. The sky is up, gravity sucks, nothing can travel faster than light, multicellular life needs oxygen to live. Except, we might need to reaching that last one. Scientists have just discovered that a jellyfish-like parasite doesn't have a mitochondrial genome, the first multicellular organism known to have this absence. That means it doesn't breathe, in fact, it lives its life completely free of oxygen dependency. This discovery isn't just changing our understanding of how life can work here on Earth, it could also have implications for the search of extraterrestrial life. Life started to develop the ability to metabolize oxygen, that is respirate, sometime over 1.45 billion years ago. A larger archaeon engulfed a smaller bacterium, and somehow the bacterium's new home was beneficial to both parties, and the two stayed together. That symbiotic relationship resulted in the two organisms evolving together, and eventually those bacteria ensconced within became organelles called mitochondria. Every cell in your body except red blood cells has larger number of mitochondria, and these are essential for the respiration process. They break down oxygen to produce a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, which multicellular organisms use to power cellular processes. We know there are adaptations that allow some organisms to thrive in low oxygen or hypoxic conditions. Some single-cell organisms have evolved mitochondria-related organelles for anaerobic metabolism. But the possibility of exclusively anaerobic multicellular organism has been the subject of some scientific debate. That is until a team of researchers led by Diana Yahalomi of Tel Aviv University in Israel decided to take another look at a common salmon parasite called Haenygoya salminicola. It's cnidarian belonging to same phylum as corals, jellyfish and anemones. Although the cysts it creates in fish's flesh are unsightly, the parasites are not harmful and will live with the salmon for its entire life cycle. Tucked away inside its host, the tiny cnidarian can survive quite hypoxic conditions, but exactly how it does so is difficult to know without looking at the creature's DNA, so that's what the researchers did. They used deep sequencing and fluorescein microscopy to conduct a close study of H. salminicola and found that it has lost its mitochondrial genome. Like the single-cell organism, it had evolved mitochondria-related organelles, but these are unusual too. They have folds in the inner membrane not usually seen. The same sequencing and microscopic methods in a closely related cnidarian fish parasite, Myxobolus squamalis, was used as a control and clearly showed a mitochondrial genome. These results show that here, at last, a multicellular organism that doesn't need oxygen to survive. Exactly how it survives is still something of a mystery. It could be leaching adenosine triphosphate from its host, but that's yet to be determined. But the loss is pretty consistent with an overall trend in these creatures, one of the genetic simplification. Over many years, they have basically developed a free-living jellyfish ancestor into much more simple parasite we see today. They have lost most of the original jellyfish genome but retaining oddly a complex structure resembling jellyfish stinging cells. They don't use these to sting but to cling to their hosts, an evolutionary adaptation from the free-living jellyfish needs to the parasites. The discovery could help fishers adopt their strategies for dealing with the parasite. Although it's harmless to humans, no one wants to buy a salmon riddled with teeny weird jellyfish. But it's also a heck of a discovery for helping us to understand how life works. Our discovery confirms that adaptation to an anaerobic environment is not unique to a single-celled achoroids, but has also evolved in a multicellular parasite animal, the researchers wrote in their paper. Hence, H. salminicola provides an opportunity for understanding the evolutionary transition from aerobic to an exclusive anaerobic metabolism. That's all now. If you are interested in watching content like this video, then consider subscribing. Goodbye till the next video.